Hello and welcome to WebSchool, a comprehensive educational management platform. In today's video, we'll be diving into a key feature of the WebSchool platform, forms and process digitization. We will explore what it is, why it matters, how to use it, and where it can make an impact. Let's get started. Forms and process digitization is all about transforming the traditional paper-based processes into digital ones. This means automating the creation, distribution, and collection of forms. By going digital, we reduce errors, save time, and streamline the workflow. There are several reasons for this approach. Firstly, it offers versatility whether you need to collect simple information like names and contact details, or more complex data like images and videos. Digitized forms can handle it all. Secondly, it enhances accuracy through pre-populated forms and validation rules, ensuring all information is correct and complete. WebSchool's strength lies in its comprehensive approach, integrating digitized forms seamlessly with the robust education management ecosystem. WebSchool internal forms are part of a wide range of interconnected tools. This integration ensures that you benefit from a seamless and efficient experience with all the necessary documents and data managed within one system. By leveraging WebSchool's internal forms alongside our other tools, you harness the full power of an interconnected platform, enhancing both functionality and user experience. So now let's talk about some areas where we use forms in our platform. WebSchool forms are a versatile tool with extensive application in school operations. They can operate independently to collect a wide range of data, and they integrate seamlessly with the other WebSchool subsystems. For example, when embedded in lesson plans, forms can be used to gather valuable student feedback, suggestions, ideas, and preferences. They are also used in course programs where data collected can be used to create automated course pathways, directing learners to the most relevant modules based on their needs and abilities. Additionally, for event registrations and collecting parental consents, forms can be automatically distributed through the WebSchool platform and can include payment options, streamlining the entire process. Next, we will conduct a live demonstration on how to create forms in WebSchool and explore the various types of information we can collect. We will also highlight the four main areas where forms are utilized within the WebSchool platform. We will start with the main page for managing forms, which is located within the report section. Once we expand the report section, we will see a link to the forms page. Clicking on this link will take us to the page where we manage all the forms. On this page, we can create new forms, request forms to be filled out by someone, or respond to forms requested from us. Let's start by creating a new form. In the title field, we can enter the name we would like to give to this form. Next, we can add more details about it in the description section. If we want this form to appear on the forms page we saw earlier, we need to tick Show and List option. The available below options allow us to choose which organization the form belongs to. We'll keep it set to our selected school. The Fields section is where the real power of forms comes into play. Here we can add a new field for each specific piece of information we need from the person filling out this form. When adding new field, we'll need to provide a headline, like first name, and select the type of the data, such as text, and add a description to clarify what we're asking for, like please provide us your name. We can also choose whether to make this field mandatory or not. So what type of information can we request using a form? The Type section allows us to specify the kind of data we need from the user. Let's go through them one by one. First, we have text, which we used earlier for the first name field. Next, there is a checkbox where users can tick the box. For example, we can ask them to confirm if they have received the dress code requirement for this year or not. Then there is drop-down, where users can select from several options. This could be as simple as a yes or no question, or something more detailed like selecting their shirt size. For numerical data, we can choose number, or if we need to request a decimal value, we can use the float. We could also request a date, time, an email address, a long text for detailed responses, a URL, or a phone number. Additionally, we can request a consent statement which allows for an explicit consent or an agreement to terms. This is similar to checkbox, but where checkbox type is used for simple selections or confirmations, the consent statement is used for obtaining formal agreements. As for image, video, and other file uploads, WebSchool offers specialized fields. Users can upload the picture using the picture type, or a video using the video type, or any other type of file using the file type. The file type is versatile and supports various file formats. Earlier we mentioned that data validation is a big advantage of forms and is one of the main reasons it's used. The wide variety of field types ensures that data remains accurate and consistent. Now that we added all the necessary fields, we can click on Create to generate our new form. Once created, the form will appear under the Forms section on the Forms page. The new form is currently in the draft stage. Let's explore what we can do with it. When we right-click on the new form, we see that we have many options. The first option is Edit, which allows us to return to the editing page to change, add or remove fields, descriptions or other details. The Approve option will approve the form, indicating that it's ready to use. The Block option prevents the form from being used, which is helpful if there is issue in the form or if it's not ready to be used. Note that once a form is approved, we cannot edit the content. To perform an edit, we must block the form again for the Edit option to appear. The Delete option will delete the form. Request is one of the most important options in this list. It allows us to request specific users to fill out this form. View will just allow us to preview the form. To view the last option, which is Archive, we must approve the form, as this option will only appear if the form has been approved. Once clicked, the form will move to the Archive Form tab. Now let's create a new request. In the Responders field, we can specify the users who will receive the form request. Let's click the X icon, which will clear the selection and let me add myself. We can use the filter option to select different roles of users, and in the case where the selected role is student, we can filter by their class as well. I will just add myself here. The max response number field allows us to limit how many times a user can respond. We can also tick the Send Email Notification option if we want the user to be notified by email. Finally, if there is a payment associated with this form, we can tick the payment is required and fill in the amount. So while we're here, let's send this form request to myself. I will tick the email notification option and leave the payment required unticked. Then I will click OK to send the request. Remember this request, as we will show where it appears on the other page and how we can respond to it. Another useful feature on this page is the filter option, which allows us to search for specific forms. This is especially helpful for schools with hundreds of forms, making it easy to locate the one you need. Now let's take a look at the Request tab. This tab shows all the form requests we have sent. Here we can use the filter option to search for a specific request or create a new request. To create a new request, we click the plus icon here and we pick the form and fill in the details just like before. Since we don't need to send another request, we'll just cancel this one. Here we can see the request I made earlier. For each request, we can see the author, the form that was requested, the date that the request was made, the number of responses expected, and the actions available in the Actions column. We can see that we have 3 actions. The first, View, which allows us to view the responses we have received so far. Since we haven't provided any responses, it's empty. The second is Delete, which will cancel the request, and Archive is the last one, which will archive the request. So, since I sent this request to myself, I should be able to provide an answer. So where can I do that? The Answers tab is where all the requests we have received will appear. To respond, we simply need to click on the Add Answer button. Fill in the request information and then click on Save. Once we do that, the request will be moved to the Archive Responses tab. Now if we go back to the request view and click View, on the request we'll see that we have one response. The content of Forms, Requests and Responses tabs can all be archived. Archiving allows us to remove forms and requests that are no longer in use while keeping them in a separate location for future reference if needed. Additionally, all our responses are automatically moved to the Archive Responses tab once they are completed. So, where else are forms used? For lesson plans, forms are typically embedded within the lesson. This integration allows forms to be used effectively within the structure of the lesson and courses. For instance, forms can be utilized to ensure that students bring the necessary equipment to the lesson by confirming that they have read and understood the lesson requirements, or they could be used to ask for feedback after the lesson. For event registration and parental consent, forms can be directly attached to events with automatic distribution occurring during the registration stage. This feature streamlines the registration process by ensuring that forms are automatically sent to the relevant parties, making the entire process more efficient. In the context of courses, WebSchool forms play a crucial role in shaping automated course pathways. By capturing responses through forms, the system can analyze learner needs and abilities, then use the data to direct students to the most relevant modules or lesson plans. This capability allows for a personalized learning experience, where forms help define transitions between lesson plans, ensuring that learners progress through their courses in a way that aligns with their individual requirements and goals. Importantly, all forms created anywhere within WebSchool will appear in the main form section when Show in List option is ticked, as this is the central hub for managing all the forms. In the demonstration, we saw how forms go beyond just simple data collection. They can be directly integrated into various tools within the platform, such as lesson plans, courses, and events. They are designed to capture feedback, thoughts, suggestions, ideas, and choices, contributing to a more comprehensive understanding of the user perspective. To sum it up, WebSchool forms are not just about going paperless. They are about creating a more organized, efficient, and user-friendly environment for everyone involved. By embracing forms and process digitization, schools can meet the demands of today's fast-paced world while ensuring accuracy and scalability. Thank you for watching.